pag-aaral, ngayong nasa bagong normal. Tila baga walang matakbuhan sa iyong mga katanungan. Pag-aalala ay maiibsan, narito na ang kasagutan. Programa sa radyo, iyong pakinggan para sa dagdag karunungan.
Naga Pride is going live in 5, 4, 3.
Radyo, Aralan sa Naga, handang tulungan ka. Radyo, Aralan sa Naga, sagot sa asignatura. Radyo, Aralan sa Naga, tara makinig ka na. Radyo, Aralan sa Naga, handa na sa pagsimula. Kahit saan, pilit aabutin, gamit itong tinig namin. Online ka man o modular din, walang hadlang kung gugustuhin.
Hello everyone, this is Mr. Cherry. Our lesson for today is
Radyo, Aralan sa Naga, handang tulungan ka. Radyo, Aralan sa Naga, sagot sa asignatura. Radyo, Aralan sa Naga, tara makinig ka na. Radyo, Aralan sa Naga, handa na sa pagsimula. Radyo, Aralan sa Naga, tara makinig ka na. Radyo, Aralan sa Naga, handog ng DepEd. Naga!
Naga! Yo, parhay na daw! Naga!
Hirap ka ba sa iyong module? Wala kang gadget o di kaya'y mahina ang internet? Tara na! Sabay-sabay tayong makinig, mag-aral at matuto dito sa Radyo Aralan sa Naga Season 2. Hatid sa inyo ng Department of Education, Naga City Division at Brigada 103.1 News FM Naga City, the Music and News Authority. Makakasama ang inyong mga radio teachers sa isang mabisang talakayan ng mga lesson episodes na tiyak na inyong magugustuhan. Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 3 hanggang alas 4 ng hapon dito sa Radyo Aralan sa Naga Season 2. Sulong, Kalidad.
The great aim of education is not knowledge but action. Even though we are still in the state of pandemic, we in SDO Naga believe that learning should not stop, and we continuously provide alternatives to assure quality education to all the learners, especially to the students in our city through radio and Facebook. Today, the Department of Education, Region 5, Naga City Division, in collaboration with Brigada News FM 103.1 presents Radyo Aralan sa Naga Season 2. Radyo na, FB pa. I am Krismarie Bermido from Tabarangao Central School, your radio anchor for today. Good afternoon to all the viewers and listeners. Today, January 6, 2022, we continue another learning episode in Radyo Aralan sa Naga. This afternoon will be a fun-filled learning experience because we will be with two competent teachers who will teach us science and math lessons. I expect all the learners from grade 4 to actively listen and participate, for we are going to talk about the effects of environment in the life cycle of organisms and addition and subtraction of similar fractions. And because of that, I would like to greet all the 4th grade learners who are listening and watching. How are you today, children? Good afternoon to all of you, as well as to your parents, guardians, and other members of your family who are tuning in via radio and Facebook Live. Thank you for your support and time you are giving to assure that children continue to learn in all possible ways. At this point, I am giving you enough time to prepare before we begin with the first lesson episode. Learners, kindly get your pen, pencil, and learning packets in Science Quarter 2, Week 6. Just a few reminders, children. After accomplishing your learner's packet in Science 4, Week 6, you are going to submit it to your teacher on the scheduled date of retrieval given to you by your class advisor. If you are now ready, let us listen attentively to our first radio teacher from Naga Central School, Ma'am Marissa O. Nale. Happy learning!
Today, we will have a new lesson, and that is the effects of environment in the life cycle of organisms. The first activity is a review lesson. Select 5 answers or factors that an organism can get from the environment in order to live. The words are computer, space, paper, water, bag, light, food, pen, heat. You have 5 seconds to answer. You may now start. Let us now check your answer. If your answer is space, it is correct. Next, light. Next, water. Next, food and heat. Again, food, light, heat, space, and water. These are the 5 factors that an organism can get from the environment in order to live. Good job if you got the perfect answer. Let us now start our new lesson. Activity 1 has 3 pictures. Picture 1 has plenty of big trees, plants, and wild animals. Picture 2 is a big body of water with big waves, different fish, and corals. Picture 3 is a field with grasses and small plants where farm animals stay. Look at picture 1. Picture 1 has many trees, plants, and animals. Question number 1. What kind of environment is picture 1? Answer. Picture 1 is a forest. Next question. What kind of organism can be found in picture 1? The answers are deer, birds, monkey, and other wild animals. Number 3. What are the needs of organisms in order to live? The answers are food, water, shelter, and space. Next let us go to picture number 2 and answer the questions that follow. Number 1 question. What kind of environment is in picture 2? The answer is ocean or sea. Number 2 question. What organism can be found in this picture? Answer: fish, corals, and other sea animals. Number 3 question. What are the needs of organisms in order to live? Answer: food, water, shelter, and space. Next, let us have picture number 3 and answer the questions that follow. Question number 1. What kind of environment is in picture 3? The answer is farm or grassland. Number 2. What organisms can be found in this picture? Answer: cow, horse, and other farm animals. Question number 3. What are the needs of organisms in order to live? Answer: food, water, shelter, and space. Let us have another activity. Based from the picture, you are going to describe the effects of the environment in the life cycle of organisms. Select whether your answer is A or B. Picture number 1. The trees are destroyed or cut down. What will be the effect in the life cycle of organisms? A. Deforestation or cutting of trees could affect the habitat and food of wild animals. B. Wild animals will not be affected if trees are destroyed or cut. Let us check your answer. If your answer is A, it is correct. Next, number 2. Picture number 2, the plants are already dried and not healthy. What will be the effect in the life cycle of organisms? A. The plants are healthy that could bear more fruits. B. Unhealthy plants could result to lack of food and oxygen to organisms. The correct answer for number 2 is B. Unhealthy plants could result to lack of food and oxygen to organisms. Number 3. Picture number 3, the agricultural land or mountain is changed to subdivision or commercial area. What will be the effect in the life cycle of organisms? A. Converting agricultural or farmland into subdivision could not affect the life cycle of organisms. B. Converting agricultural or farmland into subdivision affects the life cycle of organisms. The correct answer for number 3 is B. Converting agricultural or farmland into subdivision affects the life cycle of organisms. Again, the answer for number 1 is A, number 2, B, and number 3, B. Congratulations for those who got the perfect score. For the summary of our lessons, the environmental factors affecting the life cycle of organisms are as follows: food, water, shelter, and space. In the absence of one factor, living things will be affected or die. Let's remember also that habitat is a place where an organism makes its home. Some examples of habitats are forests, farms, grasslands, oceans, freshwater, and desert. I hope you understand and learn our lesson for today. Let us have the evaluation. Get ready with your paper and pen. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Are you ready? You have 3 seconds to answer the question. Number 1. It is something that provides nutrients to an organism's body. It is something that provides nutrients to an organism's body. A. Food. B. Shelter. C. Space. D. Water. The correct answer is A. Food. Number 2. It is vital for bodily functions such as regulation of temperature, nutrients intake, removing waste, body weight, and health. It is vital for bodily functions such as regulation of temperature, nutrients intake, removing waste, body weight, and health. A. Food. B. Space. C. Shelter. D. Water. Answer D. Water. Number 3. What do you call to the suitable environment for organisms that provide a wide range for their needs? What do you call to the suitable environment for organisms that provide a wide range for their needs? A. Food. B. Space. C. Shelter. D. Water. Answer B. Space. Number 4. It cares for and protects organisms in extreme weather conditions. It cares for and protects organisms in extreme weather conditions. A. Food. B. Space. C. Shelter. D. Water. Answer C. Shelter. Number 5. The substance that provides energy for activity, growth, and all functions of the body is called blank. The substance that provides energy for activity, growth, and all functions of the body is called blank. A. Nutrients. B. Space. C. Shelter. D. Water. The correct answer is A. Nutrients. Number 6. Which of the following will happen if organism will not have a suitable environment to live in? Which of the following will happen if organisms will not have a suitable environment to live in? A. Their number will decrease. B. Their number will increase. C. Their number will be the same. D. They will have satisfy their needs. The correct answer is A. Their number will decrease. Number 7. What do you think will happen if there is enough food, water, space, and shelter in the environment for the different organisms? What do you think will happen if there is enough food, water, space, and shelter in the environment for the different organisms? A. Death among organisms will become less. B. Their number will increase. C. Organisms will stay in their habitat. D. All of the above answers are true. The correct answer is D. All of the above answers are true. Number 8. Which of the following should be avoided so as not to affect the water, food, shelter, and space in the environment? Which of the following should be avoided so as not to affect the water, food, shelter, and space in the environment? A. Controlled mining. B. Converting forest to residential areas. C. Reforestation. D. Water conservation. The correct answer, B. Converting forest to residential areas. Number 9. Why is space needed by living organisms? Why is space needed by living organisms? A. They need it to to express their physical and social behavior. B. They need it to maintain proper body functions. C. They need it to sustain the nutrients needed by the body. D. They need it for protection. The correct answer, A. They need it to express their physical and social behavior. Number 10. All of the following are factors that affect the life cycle of organisms except blank. All of the following are factors that affect the life cycle of organism except blank. A. Electricity. B. Shelter. C. Food. D. Water. The correct answer, A. Electricity. Congratulations for those who got the perfect score. I hope everyone has learned and enjoyed the lessons. Thank you very much. I am Teacher Marissa from Tinago Central School saying, sa Radyo Aralan, learning is always fun. Bye!
Thank you so much, Ma'am Marissa Nale, for your informative discussion on the effects of environment in the life cycle of organisms. I am sure that the learners in 4th grade who listened and paid attention have gained knowledge from your lesson episode. Learners, let us remember what Ma'am Marissa taught us. The environmental factors affecting the life cycle of organisms are food, water, shelter, and space. In the absence of one factor, living things will be affected or they might die. Once again, thank you, Ma'am Marissa Nale. At this point, let us continue learning through radio and Facebook. In our next lesson episode, we will be with another competent teacher from Tinago Central School who will help us in addition and subtraction of similar fractions. Grade 4 students, be ready again with your pen, pencil, and kindly get your learner's packet in Mathematics 4, Quarter 2, Week 6, so we can now proceed to our next lesson episode. To anyone who wish to watch or rewatch the lesson episodes today, just visit our official Facebook page, Radyo Aralan sa Naga Season 2. At this point, let us continue learning through radio and Facebook. In our next lesson episode, we will be with another competent teacher from Tinago Central School who will help us in addition and subtraction of similar fractions. Grade 4 students, be ready again with your pen, pencil, and kindly get your learner's packet in Mathematics 4, Quarter 2, Week 6, so we can now proceed to our next lesson episode. To anyone who wish to watch or rewatch the lesson episodes today, just visit our official Facebook page, Radyo Aralan sa Naga Season 2. If you are now ready, let us listen to Ma'am Maria Tabarangao.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Teacher Maria G. Tabarangao of Tinago Central School, your radio teacher today. Welcome to our lesson in Grade 4 Mathematics, Quarter 2, Week 6. Today, we are going to discuss about addition and subtraction of similar fractions. The objective of this lesson are: number 1, visualizes addition and subtraction of similar fraction. And number 2, performs addition and subtraction of similar fractions. So my dear pupils, Before we proceed to our lesson, let us know first what is fraction. Fractions are part of the whole or a set. They can be added or subtracted in different ways. Second, what is similar fraction? Similar fractions are fractions whose denominators are the same. Third, what is lowest term? Lowest term is the form of a fraction in which the numerator and denominator have no factor in common except 1. The activities allow you to explore various ways in adding and subtracting similar fractions. Let us have first a pretest. Match the number sentence in match A with its proper illustrations in match B. The first illustration in match B, letter A, is we have 5 square. The 2 are shaded and the other one is shaded with an X mark. Match B, letter B, is we have 2 sets of 6 circles. The first set, 1 circle is shaded, and the second set, 2 circles are shaded. Match B, letter C, is we have 2 sets of 5 that has been divided into 2, which is 2 sets of 10. The first set of 10, the 2 are shaded, and the second set, 3 are shaded. Number 1, 1 6 plus 2 6 is. If your answer is letter B, that is correct. Let us go to number 2. 2 tenths plus 3 tenths is. If your answer is letter C, you are correct. Let us go to number 3. 3 fifths minus 1 fifth, the answer is. If your answer is letter A, you are correct. Let us continue number 4 and 5 by performing the indicated operations. Number 4, 1 seventh plus 2 sevenths is equal to. If your answer is 3 sevenths, that is correct. Let us proceed to number 5. 8 ninths minus 3 ninths is equal to. If your answer is 6 ninths, that is correct. Let us have learning activities. Fractions are part of a whole or a set. We have different kinds of fractions. What we'll study here is all about similar fractions. Similar fractions are fractions whose denominators are the same, such as 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths. The numerators are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the denominator of all the numerator is 10. Let us study how we can visualize addition of similar fractions by studying the learning situation number 1. Father and I painted our wall in sala. He painted 5 tenths of it, while I painted 2 tenths. What part of sala are we able to paint? Let us answer the following questions. Who painted the wall? The father and the son are the one who painted the wall. What good values has the son shown? The good values that the son shown is being helpful to his father. Do you also help your parents and siblings in doing household chores? If your answer is yes, very good. Let us know what part of sala was painted using the illustrations. First, let us make an illustrations with 10 parts since both the denominators of the two fractions is 10. 5 tenths and 2 tenths. How many parts are colored? Yes, there are 7 parts colored. So by just adding the colored parts, we arrive on 7/10. How about adding similar fractions? Let us proceed to learning situation number 2. Let us answer some examples. 1/8 plus 2/8 is equal to, add the numerator 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, then copy the denominator, the answer is 3/8. Another example, 2/6 plus 3/6 is equal to, add the numerator 2 plus 3 is equal to 5 and copy the denominator 6. The answer is 5/6. Let us visualize how to subtract similar fractions by answering the learning situation number 3. Cindy kept 7/8 part of the chiffon cake after her morning snacks. In the afternoon, she ate again 1/8 of it. How many parts of the cake was left? This is the 7/8 part of the chiffon cake. Let us remove one part eaten in the afternoon by putting an X on it. How many parts are left now? By just counting the remaining parts, it is 6 out of 8 parts or 6/8, but this is not yet the final answer because both the numerator and the denominator can still be divided by 2. So we need to reduce it to lowest term. Change the answer to lowest term if possible. To change 6/8 to lowest term, divide it by their greatest common factor or the GCF. The GCF of 6 and 8 is 2. So, 6/8 divided by 2 halves, the answer is 3/4. Therefore, the lowest term of 6/8 is 3/4. Let us perform another examples of subtraction of similar fractions. 7/15 minus 3/15 is equal to, subtract the numerator, which is 7 minus 3 is equal to 4, then copy the denominator, the answer is 4/15. Another example, 9/11 minus 2/11 is equal to, subtract the numerator 9 minus 2 is equal to 7, then copy the denominator 11. The answer is 7/11. Another example is 6/7 minus 4/7 is equal to, subtract the numerator, 6 minus 4 is equal to 2, then copy the denominator, the answer is 2/7. All of the 3 fractions are already in the lowest term, since no common factor can divide both their numerators and denominators. Remember, in adding similar fractions, just add the numerator and copy the denominator. Express your answer in lowest term if possible. In subtracting similar fractions, subtract the numerator and copy the denominator. Express your answer in lowest term if possible. The practice task by illustrating the fractions using addition of similar fraction, then add. Number 1. 1/5 plus 2/5 is equal to, if your answer is 3/5, you are correct. We have 2 sets of 5 squares. The first set, 1 is shaded. The second set, the 2 squares are shaded. Number 2. 3/7 plus 2/7 is equal to, if your answer is 5/7, you are correct. We have 2 sets of 7 circles. The first set, the 3 circles are shaded. The second set, the 2 circles are shaded. Number 3. 4/9 plus 4/9 is equal to? If your answer is 8/9, you are correct. We have two sets of 9 rectangles. The first set 4 rectangles are shaded and the second set 4 are shaded. Let us proceed to practice task 2 by illustrating the fractions using subtracting of similar fractions, then subtract. Number 1. 7/10 minus 2/10 is equal to? If your answer is 5/10, that is correct. We have 10 squares, 7 are shaded, and the other 2 shaded with an X mark. But is this the lowest term? If your answer is no, you are going to know the GCF of 5/10. And the GCF is 5. So the final answer is 1/2. Number 2. 6/8 minus 3/8 is equal to? If your answer is 3/8, you are correct. We have 8 circles, 6 are shaded, and the other 3 shaded with an X mark. Number 3. 9/12 minus 7/12 is equal to? If your answer is 2/12, that is correct. We have 12 rectangles, 9 are shaded, and the other 7 shaded parts with an X mark. But is this the lowest term? If your answer is no, you are going to know the GCF of 2 and 12. And the GCF is 2. The final answer is 1/6. Let us proceed to practice task 3. Read the problem and solve for the answer. Lemuel and Ian Harold jogged inside their backyard during COVID-19 quarantine period. Lemuel jogged 4/8 of the entire backyard, while Ian Harold jogged 3/8. Who jogged longer? By how long? If your answer is Lemuel, you are correct. Lemuel jogged longer than Ian Harold by 1/8. What you have learned by performing the indicated operation. Answer should be in lowest term. Number 1, 3/7 plus 1/7 is equal to? Number 2, 9/13 plus 4/13 is equal to? Number 3, 1/20 plus 13/20 is equal to? Number 4, 10/12 minus 5/12 is equal to? Number 5, 11/15 minus 3/15 is equal to? Number 1, answer is 4/7. Number 2, 13/13 or 1. Number 3, 14/20 or 7/10. Number 4, 5/12. Number 5, 8/15. This is the end of my lesson. Thank you, children. This is Teacher Maria Tabarangao, your radio teacher of Tinago Central School, that gives you an inspirational message. Math may not teach us how to add love or subtract hate, but it gives us hope that every problem has a solution. Goodbye, children. Until we meet again here in Radyo Aralan sa Naga.
Thank you, Ma'am Maria Pep, for another interactive lesson episode you provided to our learners in 4th grade. I believe believe that they have gained a lot of knowledge on how to add and subtract similar fractions. Learners, always remember that in adding similar fractions, just add the numerator and copy the denominator. Also, in subtracting similar fractions, just subtract the numerator and copy the denominator. And don't forget to always express the answer in lowest term if possible. I would like to thank you again, learners, for participating in the second lesson episode. And of course to Ma'am Maria for teaching us the lessons in fun and easy way. Tune in again tomorrow for another fun-filled learning episodes together with another 2 teachers from Tabarangao Central School who will help the grade 4 learners in Filipino and Araling Panlipunan subjects. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page and listen to Brigada News FM at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It is now time to end today's episode in Radyo Aralan sa Naga Season 2. But before that, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our beloved officials of SDO Naga headed by our Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Mariano B. D. Guzman, CESA 6, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Ma'am Cecil C. Ferro, OIC CID Chief, Ma'am Annalisa F. Abulo, SGOD Chief, Sir Renato L. Gavino, to all the education supervisors of SDO Naga, Education Program Supervisor in Science, Ma'am Maria Belen Lurcha, and Education Program Supervisor in Mathematics, Sir Noel A. Balares, and to Sir Jarvi D. Tumatorgo, our RBI Coordinator in Elementary. Also, I would like to express my gratitude to our PSDS of District 3, Ma'am Teresita Irma S. Lico, and the lead team chairman of Radyo Aralan sa Naga, Ma'am Marilyn B. Toso. Also, thank you to the 2 teacher broadcasters who's been with us today, Ma'am Marissa Nale and Ma'am Maria Tabarangao. Our school RBI coordinator, Sir Marvin A. Lara, and the whole RBI team of Tabarangao Central School, and most especially, thank you to our very supportive, beautiful, and hardworking school principal, Ma'am Rowena O. Tabilog. I also would like to thank Brigada News FM, the #1 News FM in the Philippines, the Music and News Authority, and to all its staff for giving us the chance to implement this kind of platform in order for us to continuously deliver quality education to our learners through Radyo Aralan sa Naga Season 2. To anyone who wish to watch or rewatch the lesson episodes today, just visit our official Facebook page, Radyo Aralan sa Naga Season 2. We now end today's program. Again, I am Krismarie Bermido from Tabarangao Central School, and I believe to Nelson Mandela that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Goodbye and enjoy the rest of the day.
Hirap ka ba sa pag-aaral? Ngayong nasa bagong normal, tila baga walang matakbuhan sa iyong mga katanungan. Pag-aalala ay maiigsan, narito na ang kasagutan. Programa sa radyo, iyong pakinggan para sa dagdag karunungan.
Naga Pride is going live in 5, 4, 3.
Radyo Aralan sa Naga, tara makinig ka na. Radyo Aralan sa Naga, handa
napakinggan ang mga learning episodes. Natutuwa kami na kayo ay nakasama sa talakayan ng tampok na mga aralin sa araw na ito. Hangad namin ang inyong pagkatuto. Hanggang sa muli, sa ganitong oras dito sa Radyo Aralan sa Naga Season 2.